That's early on a Saturday morning here at Baltimore Knife. We've been doing some more work here and there. We actually had a really big shipment go out, which is typical for this time of year, but not necessarily to a Renaissance festival. So we just shipped out about 90 pounds of weapons out to Cult of Athena, who does some reselling for us on the web. A couple of the guys came over doing some forging work. So Kevin was here doing some forging, which I'll show you. And Tanner came by and prepped some stock that he's going to do on a couple of custom knives that he's working, where he needed some thinner material than what he had. So, the best way to get that material is to forge it down. Keeping pretty busy. We've had a fair amount of stuff going on. A bunch of new pieces that get chiseled, as you've seen some of the other pieces that we do with all the chiseling work. So Bill came over and did some chisel work and laid that stuff out, and kind of getting back to it. John's been here pretty regularly. He's an early bird, so it's not that uncommon for me to come out at 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the morning, and John's already here, or John's already been here for hours. Oh yeah, there's that big hammer we were talking about. Kind of gives you a little perspective. The screw presses you see us sit at, and then the Naze L2, the Naze L4, huge thing. So anyway, give you a little bit of a taste of some forging with Kevin, the smith here, and we'll just kind of keep you guys updated to what's going on. I know that we've been doing some regular updates over on the Almi community page, and so with that, you'll be able to kind of comment in and give us some feedback about things that we're going to be doing here in the future, and we'll just keep showing you stuff and keeping you updated, let you know what's going on. All right, great, thank you. One of the things that we talked about was, the fact that we're going to be able to have the big generator here, and that's going to give us a lot more power. Well, the other machine, other than the Naze L4B, that we can't run without big power is this rolling mill. This is a 9x7 rolling mill, and it thins material. You've seen us use it a little bit on Man-at-Arms, on Almi, but when we've done that in the past, it's because we've rented a generator and brought power in. I can do some silver work and some, things like that, copper. I can roll on it. It's a 15 horsepower motor. It's a little bit more power than what we have here in the shop and we can run, but we don't load it up when we're doing that thinner material. But when we put a piece of big wrought iron or a big piece of steel through that we're going to roll, or we're rolling Damascus, we just don't have enough juice here. So the generator will solve that, and it should be really a lot of fun. All right. I know a lot of you ask about our forges here, and we're going to do a pretty big kind of update and just show everything in the future. But I get a lot of questions about the forges that we built, and you guys never see them when they're not running. You only ever see them when there's fire coming out of them, and so we kind of focus on that. But here I'll just give you a quick eyeball. So this is the long forge that we built. This forge we use primarily for heat treating, and then this guy, sorry, the camera's reversed. And then this guy here, this is one that we use almost always for pattern welding or any of the bigger stock that we're laying out. So originally when I built these forges, I built them with that the plenum chamber that you see up here on top, and they went straight down into the top of the forge. We weren't too worried about heat because we've got decent insulation up on the top, but it turned out that because of the angle and the way that laid, going straight in like that allowed the fire to go up inside those tubes. Definitely not what we wanted to see. But what we ended up doing, we put these elbows in. I can't remember who suggested that, but one of our friends who's another smith suggested it, and it changed everything in the way these things run. So we've got valves on them so we can shut down different sections. What you see are the extreme ends are shut off. Normally we only worry about turning those ends on. We've got a very long piece, and we're not trying to keep the heat in the center of the forge. We're trying to get it out the door. But if we're doing some filming, that really throws a lot more flame out the front, and so that's kind of an issue. We want that as a visual maybe, but it burns your hands and heats your tools, and you know that's usually the part that you're not trying to get hot. You're trying to get the blades hot. But that's a 48-inch long piece, and it's just made using some C-channel here on top, and then that C-channel, it's flipped over. We, you know, cut the holes so that the pieces could be set into that, and then this is flipped over. It's got ends welded on it, and then it's just filled with refractory. So the sides are just stacked fire brick, and that means that if we needed to, we could stack 3 bricks here and have a giant forge that would allow us to do really big parts if we needed to. But this long, low heat with all these burners really works very well for us. Show you one more thing before we go. Now that we're back and kind of creating stuff that we're shipping out, and like I said, the last big shipment went to Cult of Athena. This is just before the Renaissance festivals finally get open. Hopefully we're going to be open here, I don't know, summer, fall. We'll see. Right now everything's pushed to August, so we won't really have any major openings until August. But I wanted to show you this axe. This is kind of a new look that we've been doing for a little over a year. And we're going to expand on it quite a bit in the future here. This is a Trident look. We're also going to do a really nice octopus like this. And we do a dragon, obviously. There's always some kind of dragon. So, but super cool looking axe. Big Trident on it. Handle going down. But, so that's pretty cool looking piece, you know, right? Makes a massive axe, big cutter, you know, so. Okay. Thanks for watching. Click the logo to subscribe to this channel, or click the video to see more things we make here at Baltimore Knife and Sword.